The file you are about to hear has been thoroughly scrutinized by the Ethics Committee and approved by the O5 Council for release to trusted associates of the Foundation. This is SCP Unredacted.
Classification Committee Memorandum under purview of Overwatch Command. Access to the following document is limited to essential personnel only. Failure to abide by this protocol will result in termination. If you have received this file in error, destroy it and report to your site director.
Item number SCP-2921. Object Class Euclid. Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Knowledge of SCP-2921 is considered potentially hazardous, and thus, all documentation of the anomaly has been classified as restricted to all non-essential personnel. Study of the anomaly is limited to members of the Pilkrow-Minkowski Center's High-Risk Anomalies Division. The anomaly represents a Class 5 causal inconsistency zone, and therefore, no physical containment measures are to be implemented. It is presumed that any and all actions taken that may affect the anomaly will affect the anomaly in some way. Thus, attentive, non-interactive study of the anomaly is the only safe way to gain further knowledge of its properties. Experimentation and interaction with the anomaly is currently prohibited following a joint summit of the O5 Council and the Ethics Committee. However, in the event an individual violates or is suspected to have intention of violating the terms of this ruling, personnel are discouraged from confronting anyone involved or taking action in a way that could cause unwanted exposure to the anomaly's effects. Any organic life that comes into contact with the anomaly is to be terminated immediately following interaction. This must be carried out through automated or AI systems to avoid exposure. Ideal termination methods used must possess as close to a 0% chance of failure as possible. Description: SCP-2921 refers to a single American beach, Vegas Grandfolia, located in Shenandoah Valley, Virginia. The anomaly has grown through a heretofore undiscovered dirt pathway that runs near Hughes River, separating the trail into two divergent paths that converge back into one around the base of the tree. The anomaly's roots are tightly wound into the root systems of nearby trees and plants, making removal and relocation extremely difficult, if not impossible. The area containing the anomaly is causally inconsistent to a degree that is not well understood with the Foundation's current levels of technology. The following axioms are considered known about the anomaly. The system by which processes connect to states, defined as causality, is inherently divergent upon choosing a direction in which to pass by the anomaly while walking on the trail. This system is only divergent when passing the anomaly from the trailhead. Attempts to pass the anomaly from larger distances or other directions have not yielded anomalous effects. Processes affected by this divergence phenomenon also become inherently divergent and therefore causally inconsistent themselves. Divergent processes continue to exhibit anomalous behavior every time a choice is made by the subject, regardless of whether or not it was made consciously. Involuntary actions are not included in this criteria. Actions taken that influence the status of the anomaly have unexpected divergent consequences. Therefore, neutralization and containment of the anomaly is deemed unsafe to attempt. The anomaly was brought to the attention of the Foundation on 12 July 2018 when the National Parks Department reported an unprecedented surge in Shenandoah Valley's local population of the spine Microthena spider, Microthena gracilis, which appeared, upon closer inspection, to be genetically identical to one another. Foundation investigations took place along the surrounding areas until the anomaly's trail was discovered on 17 July 2018 as the only notable landmark within several kilometers of the area with the highest concentrations of the arachnid. Further efforts to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly were successful during D-Class walkthrough hazard testing of the trail, which was approved following its discovery.
Addendum 2921.1 Testing Log.
Test Log 2921-01. Date 18 July 2018. Subject D19023. Preface. D19023 was instructed to hike along the trail containing the anomaly.
Begin transcript. 0 minutes.
The subject is seen traveling along the path and appears disinterested.
3 minutes, 15 seconds.
The subject approaches the fork in the trail where the anomaly is located.
3 minutes, 23 seconds.
The subject takes a left around the anomaly. As he does so, a translucent image of the subject is seen taking the right side. The image solidifies as the subject rounds the anomaly.
3 minutes, 25 seconds.
The subject appears startled. The image becomes heavily distressed.
3 minutes, 35 seconds.
The image of the subject attempts to flee the testing area. A second image of the subject is seen diverging from the first and does not attempt escape.
4 minutes, 32 seconds.
The first copy of the subject is shot several times by armed Foundation personnel for attempting to leave the testing area. A third and fourth copy separate simultaneously as the first slumps over, unmoving. The new instances are wounded in the same places, but still alive. One staggers back in the direction of the anomaly, while the other continues to attempt escape. The second copy remains frozen in place.
5 minutes, 52 seconds.
The original instance of the subject appears to raise his hands in shock. A second pair of arms are seen at the subject's sides. The subject does not notice this right away.
6 minutes, 16 seconds.
Additional Foundation forces arrive on site, including a unit equipped with aerosolized nerve agents.
6 minutes, 20 seconds.
The subject notices the extra limbs and falls back in surprise. Upon doing so, the subject separates completely from them, diverging again into two distinct copies. Armed forces command instances of the subject to cease action to prevent further divergence.
7 minutes, 23 seconds.
The subjects are terminated using nerve agents. Divergence continues until all instances are completely neutralized. The remains exhibit no anomalous behavior and are incinerated without incident.
End transcript.
Notes. Testing with the anomaly has been suspended indefinitely. It is projected that, if left unchecked, the anomaly has potential to create a causality-chaotic snowball effect that could culminate in an irreversible NK-class Grey Goo scenario within 20 iterations of divergence.
Incident Log 2921.1.
Agents stationed at the trailhead and embedded within Shenandoah Valley's local parks department reported an unexplained increase in factual inconsistencies between documentation and personal accounts of various staff members, starting around the same time initial containment and suppression efforts of the anomaly were established. The effect appeared to increase in strength and complexity for all involved, leading to a perceived canonical split that was only detected when multiple conflicting reports about the situation were submitted and reviewed by the Ethics Committee. By this point, it had been assumed that the damage was already too complex and chaotic for effective containment. Secure sites worldwide were issued lockdown protocols, while the O5 Council and select personnel were prepped for transport off-world in the event of causal destabilization. Before that became necessary, however, all affected individuals disintegrated rapidly and without warning. No video footage exists of this event, nor do personnel dossiers of affected individuals or any record of their existence. A possible retrocausal weapon, similar to those that will be used by the Temporal Anomalies Department, was suspected to have been involved with this event. However, given the number of possible branching world lines that could have been theoretically created in the time of the incident, the party involved will likely not be known, nor will their reasoning behind not targeting the anomaly directly. Following the events of Incident Log 2921.1, containment efforts of the anomaly were discontinued, and upgrade to Keter classification was approved. Thank you for listening. If you like what you hear, join my Discord community, hire me on Fiverr, or help support me by becoming a patron for as little as $3 a month. Regardless of tier, all patrons get early access to every single episode. The links are in the description. I don't have the talent it takes to write a skip. All I do is read. Original authors make this podcast possible, so credit to the original author. Their link's in the description. Show them some love as well. Consider becoming a member of the SCP Wiki. Upvote their work and maybe write a skip of your own. Maybe I'll read it here someday. You never know if you never try. The content of this podcast and content relating to the SCP Foundation, including the SCP Foundation logo, is licensed under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0, and all concepts originate from scpwiki.com and its authors. This recording, being derived from this content, is hereby also released under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0.